गणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमः। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारम् व्याप्तं येन चराचरम् तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै नमः। अज्ञानतिमिराञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ दुं दुर्गायै नमः। So, Maa Durga, in the form of Mahalakshmi, has destroyed Mahishasura in a great, terrific battle between Devi Mahishasura. Now all the devas are in jubilant mood and they are highly thankful to Devi and they are trying their level best to describe, honor her with their thoughts and mind. So let us see how they all do it. It is Chakradi Stuti. So let us start with the Dhyanam on this 4th chapter. कालाभ्राभां कटाक्षैररिकुलभयदां मौलिबद्धेन्दुरेखाम् शङ्खं चक्रं कृपाणं त्रिशिखमपि करैरुद्वहन्तीं त्रिनेत्राम् सिंहस्कन्धाधिरूढां त्रिभुवनमखिलम् तेजसा पूरयन्तीम् ध्यायेत् दुर्गां जयाख्यां त्रिदश परिवृतां सेवितां सिद्धिकामैः कालाभ्राभं, one who has thick dark hue like the clouds, the black, jet black clouds. Kalabhrabham. Katakshairarikula bhayadam. One who creates bhaya, the fear, in the clan of all the asuras just by her kataksha, just by her glance. She creates that fear in them. Mauli Badhendu Rekha, and she's also having the crescent moon on her crown. And she's holding in her hands Shankha, Chakra, Kripana, that is small knife as well. Trishikamapi, that is the Trishula. Karai Rudvahantim, she is holding in her hands. Trinetram, she has 3 eyes. Simhaskandhadhirudham, and she has climbed up on the back of the Simha, the lion, which is her vehicle. Tribhuvanam akhilam tejasa purayantim. She fills, spreads her tejas, her radiance, that is the radiance of consciousness, which is emitting continuously from this Devi. And she's filling all the 3 worlds. Can you imagine that brilliance? Dhyayet Durgam. I meditate on that Durga, who is Jayakhyam, who is also called as Jaya, victorious, victorious. All the time she is victorious because she is in her conscious form. The Kilaka, we should remember that. Tridasha Parivritam, and she is always surrounded by devas. Sevitam Siddhikamaihi, and she is served by all whose kama, the desires, their wishes have been fulfilled. So they are all jubilant. They are all so happy. So what can we understand by this? Those ignorant ones who are filled with I am the body, I am the mind consciousness, with total ignorance, those people are drowned in the fear of the samsara, which is coming out as that fear is coming out as negative traits, negative vasanas. So they become asuric in nature. So those people, how do they see her? How are they perceiving? Kalabhrabham, Katakshairarikula bhayadam, Maulibadhendurekham, Shankha Chakram, Kripanam, Trishikamapi, Karairudvahantim, Trinetram, Simhaskandhadhirudham. So she's creating the fear in them just by her appearance and also through her glance. So People who are so much into negativity, they're always seeing only the negative part of the whole manifestation, isn't it? The first thing they observe is what is negative here. Whereas people who are so deep into being close, being in love with that conscious form of Devi as consciousness, they are perceiving Durga as Tribhuvana Makhilam Tejasa Purayantim. They're seeing her as nothing but bright radiance. Wherever they see, it is expanding that radiance and it is reaching all the three worlds. That is how they see her. And also, Jaya, they see her as Jaya. So they're positive and they see always the positive things. That attracts their mind. That attracts that being which is Satam, which is good in her. So that is how Devas are right now, so jubilant, happy to see that Devi with her form, the radiance emitting and enveloping all the three worlds. And then how do they start their stuti of Devi? Shakradayah suragana nihateti virye tasmin duratmani suraribale च देव्या तां तुष्टुः प्रणति नम्र शिरोधरां सा वाग्भिः प्रहर्ष पुलकोद्गम चारुदेहाः. Shakradayah. Shakra is Indra. Indra and all the devatas. Suragana, the whole gamut of devas. Nihateti virye. Tasmin duratmani. That Duratma, Mahishasura, being slain, killed in this battle, who was very, very valorous, and Duratma, the combination of those two, who was Mahishasura. Surari Baleja Devya, and also having slain the army of these Surari, that means Sura Ari, the enemies of Devas, that is Asuras. Tam Tushtuhu, they all praised Devi, who killed Mahishasura and his army in the battle. Pranati Namra Shirodharamsa. They just didn't say with, you are great. No. They bowed down totally with their body and the head and with lots of namrata, respect, humility. They started singing about it because they were all feeling the greatness of Devi because they have experienced it firsthand. Vagbi praharsha pulakodgama charudeha. Because they were all so happy in total positive vibration throughout. They were having the horripilation, the hair on their body standing erect. And because of that, they were all looking so beautiful. This is what happens even in every individual who is lovingly seeing, perceiving that Devi, the consciousness, who is very much within. When we become one with that Devi, naturally, we will be emitting that beauty. Charu Deha, beautiful form. So that humility should be there, because everything is nothing but Shiva Shakti. देव्यायया ततमिदं जगदात्मशक्त्या निःशेषदेवगणशक्तिसमूहमूर्त्या तामम्बिकामखिलदेवमहर्षिपूज्यां भक्त्या नतास्मद् विदधातु शुभानि सानः. देव्या यया तदमिदं जगत् atma-shaktya, one who has pervaded the whole jagat, tatamidam, who has pervaded the whole jagat with atma shakti. Just visualize, the whole jagat is pervaded by this shakti, that is in her nirakara nirguna parabrahma atma swarupa. She has enveloped everything. Nishesha Deva Gana Shakti Samoha Murtya. And then she is also assuming the form which is given by the Shakti, the power of all the Deva. All of them together gave the Shakti from their own self. And thus the Murti, the form of Devi, is created. So that Nishesha Deva, not even a single Deva was left out. Everyone has contributed towards giving form to that Devi like this, who is so bright, radiant, and covering the whole, all three lokas. So what can we understand by this? That Nirakara Nirguna Parabrahman, that is consciousness, Devi, is also taking the form Saguna Brahma Sakara Murti. And also see the fun here. In that consciousness, as Nirakara Nirguna, in the conscious form, all these devatas who have manifested are accommodated. Visualize this. Devi is in Nirakara Nirguna conscious form. And in that consciousness, all these devatas are existing. Because that consciousness is, that Chit is Parabrahman. In that all devatas. Next, as Saguna Brahman, this Devi is given the form by all these gods. See the beauty. So in a way, it is the manifested beings, be it devatas or munis, rishis or human beings, it is we who give the form to Devi. And she is happy with it, and she lives as Saguna Brahman to protect the whole universe. So, within one shloka, she is praised by Shakra and other devatas as Nirguna Brahman as well as Saguna Brahman. And the next, Tam Ambikam, to that Ambika, Akhila Deva Maharshi Pujyam, who is bowed down by all devatas, Maharshis, Bhaktya Natah Smam. We all bow down with so much of devotion. Vidadhatu Shubhani Sa Nah. Let her give, Vidadhatu, give all Shubha, all auspiciousness, all of us who are bowing down to her. So, that consciousness who is within, even for that, the Anthakarana, Mano Buddhi Ahankara Chitta, when they realize the greatness of that Atma, who is Durga in the conscious form, we naturally bow down and request her to give all auspiciousness. यस्याः प्रभावमतुलं भगवाननन्तो ब्रह्मा हरश्च न हि वक्तुमलं बलं च सा चण्डिकाखिल जगत्परिपालनाय नाशाय चाशुभभयस्य मतिं करोतु. And all these devas are requesting her. Yasyaha, whose prabhava, the power and her valorous deeds could not be vaktum alam, could not be expressed enough, even by Bhagavan Ananta, who is Vishnu, Brahma, and also Hara, Shiva. Nahi vaktum alam balam cha, her power no one could describe completely, fully. Sa Chandika Akhila Jagat Paripalanaya, to protect all the lokas, Chandika, Nashaya Cha Ashubha Bhayasya, to dispel, Nashaya, to dispel that Bhaya, the fear, raising out of the evil asuras. Let her make up her mind to protect us. Let her will make up her mind to protect all Akhila Jagat, all the worlds. Here, Vishnu, Brahma, Shiva, even they could not describe the power of Devi. Means what? Why? Devi, who is there in front of them, she was created by the power energy of each and every devatas. So she is complete. But individually, Vishnu, he cannot see the whole form because he has given only his portion. In the same way, Brahma has given his portion. Shiva has given his portion. So they are understanding what they have given, but they're not able to understand in totality what the Devi is, how her power is, to what extent she is so powerful. Even those three Trimurtis could not describe. Isn't it? Even if we apply it to our own selves, Devi, who is in that conscious form, she is helping me as an individual to create the world according to my anthakarana, my vasanas, my environment, samskara. I am projecting and I am perceiving. And it cannot be the same to other person or anyone else. And my understanding of the world also will not be complete at all. So in that way, she is complete, paripurna, who cannot be described. या श्री स्वयं सुकृतिनां भवनेश्वलक्ष्मी पापात्मनां कृतधियां हृदयेषु बुद्धिः श्रद्धा सतां कुलजनप्रभवस्य लज्जा तां त्वां नथास्म परिपालय देवि विश्वम्. And I bow down to you, Devi. Tam tvam nataha sma paripalaya. Please protect us. O Devi, protect Vishwam as well, the whole world as well. Who is she? Ya Shrihi Swayam Sukritinam Bhavaneshu. In the house of good people, she is Shri, the good luck, fortune, wealth, prosperity. Alakshmi Papatmanam. She is like the ill luck in the house of sinful people or beings. Krutadhiyam Hridayeshu Buddhihi. And in the hearts of good, prudent, honest people, you are the intellect in them. You shine as the intellect in those people. Shraddha Satam. And in the good-hearted people, Satam, Shraddha, you are that Shraddha, good faith. Kulajana Prabhavasya Lajja, one who has taken birth in the high lineage, Kulajana, in them you are the modesty. So if at all we see any modesty in a person, that modesty itself is Devi. That intelligence itself is Devi. That fortune itself is Devi. And it works the other way also. The illak in the Papatma house, she is Devi in that form. Kim varnayama tava rupamachintyametat kinchati vidyamasurakshayakari bhuri kim chahaveshu charitani tavatiyani सर्वेषु देव्यसुरदेवगणादिकेषु किं वर्णयाम तव रूपम achintyametat. Abba, if I look at you, your rupa, your form is achintyam, can't even imagine, unimaginable, inconceivable. It is that great, your rupa. And how can I describe that? It is so radiant and it's beautiful. At the same time, kinchati viryam asura kshayakari bhuri. Bhuri is abundant power. With that abundant power, you brought down asuras, the demons. Ativirya bhuri, asura kshayakari. And you were the reason for them to just fall down, those asuras. Kim chahaveshu charitani tavani Yani. And what are all the great valorous deeds you did in the battle? How marvelous feat you performed in that battle. How can we describe it? How is it possible? Describe. Sarveshu devya asura deva ganadikeshu. And among all warriors, including both Devi's army as well as Asura armies, and the great Asuras and the great Devas who all battled, among all you stood out. And how can we describe you who stood out among all in the battle? हेतु समस्त जगतां त्रिगुणापि दोषैः न ज्ञायसे हरिहरादिभिरन्त्यपारा सर्वाश्रयाखिलमिदं जगदंशभूतम् अव्याकृता हि परमा प्रकृतिस्त्वमाद्या हेतु समस्त जगताम्. You are the very source, you are the very cause of samasta jagatam, of all the lokas. For the origin of all the lokas itself, you are the prime cause. You are the source for all this jagat to exist. Trigunapi doshai. And it is with triguna, sattva, rajas, tamas. These three gunas are also there in the jagat as dosha. Nagyayase hariharadibhi api apara. And your incomprehensive presence, the way you take care, it can never be understood. Nagyayase, even by Hari, Hara, and many all others, Adi, Adivi, by all others. It's too much for anyone to comprehend how you do it, what you are doing. Because dosha, we say those three gunas. On what basis we say it is dosha? When it is pure consciousness, is the original form, the eternal original form, to bring the multiplicity in the whole manifestation. Devi has created the three gunas. It is the permutation combination of these three gunas in different proportions is giving rise to variety, multiplicity in this whole universe. And thus we see so many forms in different colors, shades, size, living and non-living. So it is dosha when compared to that pure, original, eternal form as consciousness. However, to create that universe, samasta jagatam, she needs that trigunas. And because of this, even Hari, Hara, Brahma, and all other gods, they are not able to comprehend what you are, how you are doing all this thing, just by using three gunas as dosha. Not only that, Sarvashraya Khilamidam Jagadamsha Bhutam. And you are the Ashraya, you are the one who is supporting. You didn't just say, or you didn't just do the work as cause or the source for the whole manifestation to take place. Udbhava. No, you're also supporting it. You have given Ashraya for that Jagat to exist. And we all perceive it as so huge, incomprehensive. But it is only one amsha, a small amsha, little portion, a digit of your power. And where is that power sitting? In every being, in every being. Imagine, we are all carrying that immense, incomprehensible Ma Devi in conscious form within us every moment. But it is so thickly veiled by ignorance, delusion, that we are losing the realized experience of that presence in us. Sarvashraya Akhilam Idam Jagadamsha Bhutam. It is only a small portion. Avyakrita. And forever you are Avyakrita. You never change. You are changeless. You are untransformed. You are retaining that consciousness as your form. And you are there within. Parama, you are that sublime, supreme, Prakriti, Tvam Adya, and you are that primordial Prakriti, the very source. And this Devi, whom they are all describing, different philosophies address her differently. Vedanta calls it Avidya, and Sankhya, they call her Prakriti. Vyakarana, the grammarians call her as Pada Artha, the meaning or the object of the name. Padartha. And then Shaivas, they call her as Shiva's Shakti, Shiva's power. Shaktas, they call her Mahamayan. And Vaishnavites, they call her Vishnumaya. And Puranas, they call her Devi. But it is the same one Devi who has taken this form. यस्याः समस्तसुरता समुदीरणेन तृप्तिं प्रयाति सकलेषु मखेषु देवी स्वाहासि वै पितृगणस्य च तृप्तिहेतुः उच्चार्यसे त्वमत एव जनैः स्वधा च Yasyaha samasta surata samudiranena. The whole gamut of devatas feel so satisfied, trupti, contented, just because of you who receives the final oblation offerings at all yajnas. You are the one who is the cause of the trupti, contentment in devas, because you are the one who receives that final oblation. through you, O Devi, who is in the conscious form, we all receive those offerings and we are all satisfied. So we call you Swaha. In the same way, Pitruganas also feel so satisfied because through you, they are also receiving the offerings. So you are called Swadha. So what can we understand and how can we take it to ourselves? When she is in that consciousness form within, all the devatas who are protecting each and every organ, every jnanendriya, all the 5 plus 5 senses, 10 senses, mano, buddhi, ahankara, chitta, all devatas are able to receive any offering, food, only because of the presence of that consciousness within. If that consciousness is not there, we will not be receiving and we will not have that joy or satisfaction, contentment. We all would have experienced this in our own life. For example, when we are given mango lassi, it is tasty, especially during hot summer. If we just gulp it, gaba 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 gaba, if we drink it off, the satisfaction is not that much. If we drink sip by sip, enjoying the taste and the texture and the coldness holding the cup, it cools us. We feel it because we are aware, because we are conscious of every sip. So the satisfaction of drinking the whole cup of mango lassi, we will enjoy all the more. Mindfulness. Because that awareness is there, because that consciousness is there, we are enjoying every sip. We are not aware of it, just drink it. That satisfaction will not be there. We feel, I can have one more glass. But if we are aware, conscious, just one glass will give us so much of satisfaction, trupti. Or when we are going to the office in the morning, we are going through that scenic route, seeing the fall color, the trees are speaking to us, sky is speaking to us, the morning sun is speaking to us. But if the mind is filled with so much of trouble or the worries of the office, we are missing out, isn't it? So being aware, conscious is what needed for us to see Devi everywhere, everywhere, isn't it? So she is there working in us, but we are not conscious of it. या मुक्तिहेतुरविचिन्त्य महाव्रतात्वम् अभ्यस्यसे सुनियतेन्द्रियतत्त्वसारैः मोक्षार्थिभिर्मुनिभिरस्तसमस्तदोषैः विद्यासि सा भगवती परमाहि देवी या मुक्ति हेतु. She gives us no doubt the experience of the world and everything. At the same time, she is the one who is also the cause of liberating us, releasing us from the hold of this Jagat, for which she is the Hetu. She is the reason, she is the cause. So she is the one who puts us into the Loka, and she is the one who takes us out of the Loka. Mukti Hetu. And then Avichintya Mahavratatvam. Avichintya, again, inconceivable Mahavrata, penance, which you are. Abhyasyase, those who have practiced Suniyatendriya as well as Tattvasarai, who are devoted to Tattvasara, that is Brahma Tattva, the knowing, experiencing what that Brahma Tattva is. What is the essence of Brahma Tattva? For that who is devoted and also who have controlled the five senses, Niyatendriya, and also Mokshartibhi, who are wanting that moksha, who desire moksha. Muni, by sages. And then Astadoshahi. Dosha is there in everyone, but those who have come out of those doshas, in all of them, in all these different people who are progressing towards attaining that liberation, you are Vidyasi, you are the knowledge in them. Bhagavati Paramahi, you are that, the absolute Parama, you are that sublime Devi. So, being in the conscious form, she is the one who is giving knowledge, and through knowledge, she is showing them the path towards the liberation. And through the knowledge only, she is becoming the cause of moksha, liberation in all these beings. And Mahavrata, Achintya Mahavrata. How can we understand? What can we understand? Devi, cosmically, when we see, she has created all the lokas, and she is also there as a participant in that. She is supporting the lokas, but she is keeping up her Sakshi Bhava. She is keeping her conscious form. So she's always in that witness mode and reigning the whole manifestation. That is not easy. It is like penance. When she is the cause, she is the one who is performing, and she is the one who is reigning. Everything is she is doing. And yet she is in that Sakshi Bhava. It is a Mahavrata. Not only that, individually, if we take, she is present in the conscious form in every being, and she has taken the oath that I am going to release, liberate everyone by giving them the knowledge. And she is bound by that promise which she has given to her own self. And she puts us on the conveyor belt which will take us to that liberation. And it is without fail, because every being, her presence in every being itself is the proof that she is putting us on that conveyor belt of moving towards liberation. So it is inconceivable how she does it, being here as Sakshi within. And she's making us come out of it, out of that cycle. So it is Achintya and it is Mahavrata. Isn't it? Like taking the Diksha, she has been working continuously. शब्दात्मिका सुविमलज्ञजुषां निधानम् उद्गीतरम्यपदपाठवतां च साम्नाम् देवित्रयी भगवती भवभावनाय वार्तासि सर्वजगतां परमार्तिहन्त्री शब्दात्मिका. You are the embodiment of that Shabda Brahman. Shabdatmika. She is the embodiment of that Brahman who is in the form as Shabda. Nada Brahman. Suvimala Ruk Yajusham Nidhanam. You are the treasure house of Ruk Veda and Yajur Veda. And not only that, the beautiful Udgita which they sing in Samaveda, that also it is you. Udgita Ramya Padapatavatam cha Samnam in Samaveda. Devi Trayi, and you are that three Vedas. How? Rigveda, Mahakali, Yajurveda, Mahalakshmi, and Samaveda, Mahasaraswati. You are that Trayi, Bhagavati, Bhava Bhavanaya Vartasi. Bhava is this world. Bhavanaya, the feeling or experience to create that world. The feeling to create the world. So Bhava Bhavanaya. Bhava is there to experience it, to feel it. You are the Varta. Varta means the expression. It is like saying Pada Artha. The meaning of Pada is actual object. I might say paper. Just the Shabda which I am pronouncing is not the object at all. There is something else as Artha. That is paper. Actual paper. So like that, Bhava Bhavanaya, to feel, to experience the world, which is Bhava, you are the Varta, you are that object. You manifest the forms and the names in this Bhava for us to experience it. So, how she is one with her own creation, which is the whole universe. Sarva Jagatam Paramarti Hantri. And in all the worlds, you are the one who takes away the sorrow, misery. Isn't it? So Sarva Jagatam, even if we take it individually, it is the consciousness, that awareness, which is none other than Maa Durga herself. So it is she who has to take out the sorrow or miseries in everyone. And Trijagatam, even in that three states of our existence, she is the one who has to protect it, who creates it, and she is the one who annihilates it as well, individually. मेधासि देवी विदिता किल शास्त्रसारा दुर्गासि दुर्गभवसागर नौरसङ्गा श्रीकैटभारि हृदयैककृताधिवासा गौरी त्वमेव शशिमौलिकृतप्रतिष्ठा मेधासि. You are that intelligence, Devi. Vidita kila shastra sara. To comprehend, to understand the essence of all the three Vedas and Shastras, whatever they are saying, if at all I want to understand it, Devi has to sit in us as intelligence, Medha. It is that Medha, Devi, who is making one to understand or to comprehend the Akhila Shastra Sara, the essence of all the sciences, all Shastras. Durgasi, you are the Durga. Durga Bhavasagara. This Bhavasagara, the Sagara, the ocean of samsara, is very difficult. Durga. For that, you are the now. Now means the boat, which is Asanga, which is Chit, the conscious form. That Asanga Nauka is nothing but Sat Chit Ananda. So, when we sit in that boat, Durga, who is Sat Chit Ananda, who is in that conscious form in our every being, certainly it acts our love towards that now, that boat, our connection with that, realized connection with that boat will certainly give us a Sangha. Sangha is being one with the samsara, which is creating so much of Durga, difficulties. But when we become one with that Durga, who is Naura Sangha, she takes us away from that Sangha. That is, she takes us to blissful state of consciousness, which is Asanga. There's nothing. Kevala and everything is nothing but consciousness. She takes us to that state. You are that Sri Lakshmi who has made her abode in the Kaitabhari, one who killed Kaitabha, that is Vishnu, his heart as her abode. And she stays there. And you are the same Gauri, Tvameva. You alone is Gauri as well, who is established in Shiva. So when she is retaining the conscious form, Kilaka, she is everything. And she is not one particular form, but she is there in every form. That is the greatness, and that is why no one can comprehend her totality completely. ईषत्सहासममलं परिपूर्णचन्द्र बिम्बानुकारि कनकोत्तमकान्तिकान्तम् अत्यद्भुतं प्रहृतमात्तरुषा तथापि वक्त्रं विलोक्य सहसा महिषासुरेण. And here devatas are wondering and they are thinking and telling loudly to Devi. Ishat sahasam amalam paripurna chandra bimbanukari, whose face is like the full moon with slight smile and which is pure, Purna Chandra, Anana. Not only that, Kanakottama Kanti Kantam, and who has the brightness like the gold, pure gold. She has that brightness and also the gentle smile, Isha, gentle smile. With that, she also is emitting the beauty of Purna Chandra. So, try to visualize. Atyadbhutam, it is very strange. Prahritam Attarusha Tathapi. Then, even looking at this beautiful face, Mahishasura, how could he Prahritam? How could he come and slash her? How could he fight with her? Being swayed by the anger. Attarusha, that is, with so much of anger, how could he come and fight with her or slash her? Did he not see that beautiful face? In spite of seeing it, how could he? So, this is also hinting at the evil-minded people will never see the beauty. The beauty will not attract their attention. They try to pluck it or slash it. People who have realized that every plant with flowers, beautiful flowers on them, they are all speaking something to the whole world. Let me enjoy the flower through my eyes. Let me pluck the flower through the eyes, leaving the flower there on the plant because that is where it belongs. Let me not pluck it. But people who are very insensitive, giving so many reasons, it could be good, bad, to God or to oneself to decorate themselves. Even without thinking, they pluck it and come and do the puja or anything. This is my personal feeling. So, enjoying the flower where it is, how it is, and leave it there. That is the way these devatas are seeing, looking at Devi. Oh Devi, you're so beautiful, even after looking at such a beautiful face, which is emitting the radiance, brightness as the gold, and also the gentle smile, that face like Purna Chandra. How could he do that? They are wondering. So the beauty is not recognized in the same way by all beings. That is also there. दृष्ट्वा तु देवि कुपितं भ्रुकुटीकरालम् उद्यच्छशाङ्कसदृशच्छवि यन्न सद्यः प्राणान् मुमोच महिषस्तदतीव चित्रम् कैर्जीव्यते हि कुपितान्तकदर्शनेन. In the same breath, all the devas are also wondering. And at the same time, Drishtvatu Devi, by looking at Devi who is Kupita, with her eyebrows being frowning with so much of anger, and also her color has become like the rising moon, Udyat Chashanka Sadrisham. It had become so red, like crimson red of the rising moon. Her face is with so much of anger, and she is also powerful. In spite of knowing that, how come Pranan Mumocha Yanna? How come he didn't give up his prana the minute he saw that fearful face of Devi? It was so frightening. Still, he was hanging on. But how can anyone hang on to life when they are face to face in front of Kupitantaka Darshana? Even looking at that Kupitantaka, Antaka, Devi was the Antaka, the destroyer. The destroyer was Kupita, with anger. How can one stay with life longer when they have come face to face, having seen that Devi, who is the destroyer, enraged destroyer? He couldn't. Mahishasura was killed. But how much fight he gave to Devi. देवी प्रसीद परमा भवती भवाय सद्यो विनाशयसि कोपवती कुलानि विज्ञातमेतदधुनैव यदस्तमेतत् नीतं बलं सुविपुलं महिषासुरस्य. देवी प्रसीद परमा भवती भवाय. For the sake of the world, be pleasant, be propitious, prasida. Sadyo vinashayasi kopavati kulani. When you are kopavati, you destroy at once the Asura clan. That was understood. Vijñātam. That was understood the minute Adhunaiva, at that moment itself, it was understood that Yadastametat Nitam Balam Suvipulam Mahishāsurasya. The minute you killed and brought down the powerful army of Mahishasura and Mahishasura himself, it was very well understood that once you are angry, you will not live. You will make sure that the negativity is gone totally. So, Devi, be propitious to the whole Jagat. Te sammata janapadeshu dhanani tesham yeshamsi nachasidati dharma vargah धन्यास्त एव निवृतात्मजभृत्यदारा येषां सदाभ्युदयदा भवति प्रसन्ना. ते sammata janapadeshu, those people who are with whom you are pleased with, For them, dhanani, you give them so much of wealth. Yashamsi, even the fame. Nachasidati dharma vargaha. And also those people who are one with you, with whom you are pleased, they will also be on the path of dharma continuously. Dhanyasta eva nibhrutatma nibhruta atmaja bhrutyadara. And those are the blessed ones who are leading the righteousness without that thinking down, and who have very devoted servants and children and also wives. To them, you always bless and give them abhyudaya. That is the prosperity all the time. Bhavati prasanna, please be happy and give us all the boons. So in what way we can understand this? Consciousness is Durga, Maa Devi, Mahadevi, and in the deed of taking care of the whole body, Srishti Sthiti Laya of the whole body and the mind, all other devatas like Brahma, Vishnu and Rudra, and all other devatas like Indra, Agni, Varuna, Vayu, they are all assisting Vritya, they are all assisting that consciousness. And Anthakarana, Mano, Buddhi, Chitta, they all are also helping, like the wives help the husband, isn't it? So all of them are unitedly helping Devi, who is very much that consciousness within. So people who are going in the Dharma Marga, for them, all devatas throughout the body and the mind will be serving as Rutya, Dara, and also give the helping hand like the children. Durge smrita harasi bhetimashesha jantoho स्वस्थैः स्मृता मतिमतीव शुभां ददासि दारिद्र्य दुःख भयहारिणि का त्वदन्या सर्वोपकारकरणाय सदार्द्रचित्ता. Durge smrita harasi, just by remembering you, just by thinking of you, you take away that fear, that endless fear of samsara. Bhitim ashesha jantoho, in all beings. So if she has to take care of taking away the fear totally, means what? She has to take away the bhaya of samsara. It is the samsara which is giving us different kinds of fear, bhaya. So it is she, when we surrender to her, she takes away the bhaya of the samsara itself, in which all the fears are also taken away. Bhitim ashesha janto, in all beings, not just human beings, in all beings. Swasthaihi, one who abides in self. That self is Devi, consciousness. Smrita matim ativa shubham dadasi. For them, You give so even the thought which comes will be divine. The action is also divine. So there it is nothing but Shubha. Daridya Dukkha Bhaya Harini. So she takes away Daridya, Dukkha, and Bhaya. Who else is there? Ka Twadanya. Who else is there other than you who can take away? Apart from you, who else can take away this Daridya, poverty, in so many ways? Poverty need not be the material poverty, but poverty can be of a behavior, thoughts, or modesty in so many ways. One can be poor, that she takes away. Sarvopakara Karanaya Sadardha Chitta. And your heart is always wet with compassion to help all beings. So, without any partiality, she is showing that compassion towards all beings. How in the next one it is described? ये बिर्हतैर्जगदुत्पैति सुखं तथैते कुर्वन्तु नाम नरकाय चिराय पापम् सङ्ग्राममृत्युम् अधिगम्य दिवं प्रयान्तु मत्वेति नो न महितान् विनिहंसि देवी. How does she do it? Ebir jagadupaiti sukham. By killing these people, asuras, Jagat will become sukhamaya, happy ones. Tathaiti kurvantu. Knowing that, let them do name and fame, let that in narakaya chiraya papam, let their papa make a big name forever in that hell. Those asuras who have been killed, by that the Jagat is getting sukha. And let them make big name in Naraka. Not them, the papa which they have committed, let that make a big name in Naraka. Chiraya, let it be engraved there. Sangrama Mrityu Madhigamya Divam Prayantu. And let these people, asuras, who have fought in the battle, let them go to Swarga, Divam, Prayantu, Matveti, thinking like this, Nonam Ahitan Nihamsi Devi. You have killed all these asuras. So she's taking care of them also indirectly, all those asuras, by taking away from the world, by killing them. There is sukha in Jagat. Not only that, it is not them, it is their papa which will be eternally making name in Naraka. See, there is difference. Even asuras are also having the conscious form of Devi in each asura. It is there. So it is those souls which will go to the heaven, having battled with Devi, having been killed by Devi and Devatas. They will all go to heaven. Whereas the name which is engraved in Naraka will be of the papa, the deeds which they have committed, which they have performed. So let those papas be punished. Papas be punished, but not them as being, as soul. Let them all go to Swarga. Thinking like this, you have killed all of them. So we can go on and on this one shloka itself, but let's go forward. So individually also, that it is the consciousness. She's killing all the asuras which are negative, and she's cleansing the jivatma to come out of the deluded negative acts which it would have created in this world. So only those deeds will be kept in that naraka and that can be punished. But the soul will be pure. It is cleansed with the help of Devi. दृष्ट्वैव किं न भवति प्रकरोति भस्म सर्वासुरा नरिषु यत् प्रहिणोषि शस्त्रम् लोकान् प्रयान्तु रिभवोऽपि हि शस्त्रपूता इत्थं मतिर्भवति तेष्वहितेषु साध्वी. Sadhvi, they are addressing her as Sadhvi, one who is noble-minded with good intentions. Sadhvi. What is she doing? Just by your glance, drishtvaiva, just by your glance, just by you looking, you can bring them down as ash. You can burn them down as ash, those asuras. However, you directed your weapons on all of them. You didn't burn them down at once as ash, but you used your different weapons and you directed those weapons on them. Why? By you thinking that at least by the touch of these weapons, let them become purified. Lokan prayantu ripavo apihi shastrapota, being purified by this shastra which you have shot towards them. Let them go to that loka, which is heaven. Itham mati, thinking like this, teshu ahiteshu sadhvi. You have acted like this in the battle towards those asuras. खड्गप्रभानिकर विस्फुरणैस्तथोग्रैः शूलाग्रकान्तिनिवहेन दृशोऽसुराणाम् यन्नागता विलयमंशुमदिन्दुखण्ड योग्याननं तव विलोकयतां तदेतत्. खड्गप्रभानिकरं विस्फुरणैस्तथोग्रैः. Your khadga, which is so shining, especially at the edge and at the end, it is so bright, like eye blinding. And your shula, even that brilliant shula, which is giving so much of radiance, looking at that, if asuras have not become blinded, that is because vilayamamshu madindu khanda yogyananam tava vilokayatam tadetat. Because they have seen the cool moonlight emitting from your moon-like face. So they have come with so much of close contact with the weapons, which are so brilliantly shining that it blinds anyone. It is so bright. If those asuras have not been blinded, it is because of the cool moon rays which is emitting from your moon-like face. That means Daya Drishti. Devi's Daya Drishti. And that Daya which is emitting through her face is the one which is protecting them. Durvritta vritta shamanam tava devi shilam रूपं तथैतदविचिन्त्यमतुल्यमन्यैः वीर्यं च हन्तृ हृतदेव पराक्रमाणां वैरिष्वपि प्रकटितैव दया त्वयैत्थम्. दुर्वृत्त शमनं तव देवी शीलम्. Your nature is to subdue the wrong, evilish conduct, deeds of these asuras. Rupam tathaitat avichintyam atulyamanyaihi. And none of us or anyone cannot even understand or comprehend your rupa, because your form is so full and varied, even in the battle. And if you look at your face, it is so cool like Chandra. But your actions are with so much of power, valor, furious. Such contrast. How is it possible for anyone to understand what you are doing? It is unthinkable, ununderstandable. O Devi. Viryam cha hantru hritadeva parakramanam. And those asuras who stole away the parakrama of devas, even in them, even towards them, you are showing your daya, your compassion towards them. Vairishvapi prakatitaiva daya tvayaitam. And you are showing so much of compassion towards them. We are not understanding your form, your deed, and what it is expressing through your form. So, Sarva Samatva, that is the beauty of the conscious form, Devi. She is equal towards everyone. And what is needed, she will do accordingly. But the base, the sthayi bhava in her, the basic nature in her is to show compassion towards everyone. That is Ishwaratva. Having compassion, and compassion is the medium through which they execute their deeds. Even the individual who is a realized person, even in them, compassion is the base. But very temporarily, as a need, they assume the anger, harshness, but it is not the victimized anger. They are aware of it. With a purpose, they assume the anger and they carry on the deed very shrewdly. But Devi is emitting that compassionate, cool rays. At the same time, she is very stern towards asuras. केनोपमा भवतु ते अस्य पराक्रमस्य रूपं च शत्रुभयकार्यतिहारि पुत्र once again केनोपमा भवतु तेस्य पराक्रमस्य रूपं च शत्रुभयकार्यतिहारि पुत्र चित्ते कृपा समरनिष्ठुरता च दृष्ट्वा त्वय्येव देवि वरदे भुवनत्रयेऽपि केनोपमा भवतु ते अस्य पराक्रमस्य. Is there any simile to compare your parakrama here in this world, in this manifestation? There is no availability of any simile or upama. There is nothing which can be compared because you are beyond. Rupam cha Shatru Bhayakari Atihari Kutra. And like you, who else is there in the form which is Bhayakari in Asuras? Shatru Bhayakari. You create so much of Bhaya, fear in those Asuras just by your form, which they have already described quite well in previous mantras. And at the same time, you are Atihari, who is extremely charming, enchanting, both together in one form. O Devi, where can we find this? Kutra. And where is the Upama? Chitte Krupa. In your deep mind, you have that compassion, Krupa, all the time. Samara Nishthurata. In the battlefield, we have seen your Nishthurata, relentlessness, that shrewdness, stern action towards destroying those Shatrus, we who are very negative. Tvayyaiva Devi Varade Bhuvanatrayepi. You are the only one who can, if at all, give the boons to the deserving ones. त्रैलोक्यमेतदखिलं रिपुनाशनेन त्रातं त्वया समरमूर्धनितेऽपि हत्वा नीतादिवं रिपुगणा भयमप्यपास्तम् अस्माकमुन्दम सुरारिभवं नमस्ते. त्रैलोक्यमेतदखिलं ripunashanena tratam. All the three lokas have been protected by you as you have killed this ripu, these enemies, the asuras, the negative energy. you have taken away from the three lokas, and thus you have protected by battling, standing in front in the battlefield, and hatva, by killing them. Nita divam ripugana, and you have sent them to the heaven. Bhayam api apastam. Apastam means driving away. You have driven away the bhaya in us, asmakam. That bhaya, how did that fear caused? Unmada surari bhavam. It has born out of, that fear is born out of that intoxicated asuras, surari, the asuras, that you have taken out from us. Namaste. We all bow down to you. Shulena pahi no devi, pahi khadgena chambike, ghanta swanena na pahi, chapajjani swanena cha. Shulena pahi. Please protect me by using your shula. Protect me by using your khadga. Protect me through making that ghantaswana, that is the sound of your bell. And also, chapa jani swanena, through the twang of your string of the bow, protect me through that sound, which is so vibrant. Because different kinds of enemies are there within. Different kinds of enemies are there around, who all can be subdued through different weapons. So please use all those weapons to protect me. Pratyam raksha pratichyam cha chandike raksha dakshine brahmanenatmashulasya uttarasyam tatheshwari. O Ishwari, by brandishing your spear, protect me or guard me on east, west, north, south, in all directions. That means I am, as an individual, various thoughts, negativity is attacking me all around. Let my anthakarana and the mind be always covered with your weapons and the positive thoughts, which is hovering around nothing but the Atma, the conscious form, Devi. So please protect me from all directions, as through objects also, the five senses going in all directions is distracting me, because of which I feel fearful. Khadgashula gadadini yani chastrani tembike karapallava sangini tairasmatraksha sarvatah. Khadgashula gadadini. From all these weapons, whichever comes in contact with your pallava, karapallava, the soft hand of yours, whichever weapon, all the weapons which come in contact with your soft hands, by that, taihi asman raksha sarvataha, always please protect me. That means what? In individual, O conscious form, be that Mahakali, be that Mahalakshmi, be that Mahasaraswati, and protect me who are having different weapons in their hands at different times, at different battles, at different situations. So be in all the three forms within me, protecting all the time. एवं स्तुता सुरैर्दिव्यैः कुसुमैर्नन्दनोद्भवैः अर्चिता जगतां धात्री तथा गन्धानुलेपनैः. Having been propitiated, praised by all devatas, she was also performed puja by the celestial flowers. Kusumai Nandanodbhavai, Nandanavana, flowers from that vana, and Gandhanulepana. And she was also anointed with Gandha, who is Jagatam Dhatu, who is the supporter of Jagat. So that means what? Even though she is in the conscious form, because she is supporting the Jagat, body and the mind, to work in the proper way, she is constantly in touch with each and every part of our body and mind, sarvada, all the time. So we are offering her all this puja through all the five senses. Understand? Whatever beauty we see, that is as the offering to that. Whatever good fragrance we smell, that is also offering to her. So, like that, all the five senses and the mind and the intellect are offering all the objects which are experienced in the outer world as offering to that Devi who is in the conscious form within. Bhaktya samastaistridaşैः दिव्यै दोभैः सुधूपिता प्राह प्रसाद सुमुखी samastan pranatan suram. So with devotion, they also offered her heavenly incense, and they all bowed down to her and spoke to her. Devyuvacha Vriyatam Tridasha Sarve Yadasmattobhivanchitam. Devi, being pleased with all these devas, she said, choose all of you, O devas, whatever you want, you wish, I will grant it to you. Deva uvacha, Deva uchuhu. All the devas spoke to her. Bhagavatya kritam sarvam na kinchidavashishyate yadayam nihatah shatruhu asmakam mahishasuraha. They said, Bhagavati, everything has been done by you by killing Mahishasura and his army. Nothing is left to be done. Yadi chapi varo deyah tvayasmakam maheshwari samsmrita samsmrita tvam no himsetha paramapadah. If at all you love to give any boons to us, O Maheshwari, when we think of you, when we remember you, please take away all the afflictions and intense calamities, apada, from all of us. Yashchamartya stavairebihi tvam stoshyatya malanane tasya vittadhi vibhavaihi Dhanadharadi Sampadam. And even the mortals, the beings of this physical world, when they do the stuti to you, being pleased by that, give them, O Mother, Vitta Vriddhi, the wealth, prosperity, the spouse, all uh, prosperous things to all those mortals. Vriddhaye smat prasannatvam bhavedha sarvadambike, and grow other fortunes to all these beings who have surrendered to you, who are praising you with stuti, with all riches, prosperity, and life to them, O Ambika. ऋषिरुवाच इति प्रसादिता देवैः जगतोऽर्थे तथात्मनः तथोत्युक्त्वा भद्रकाली बभूवान्तर्हिता नृप. O king, after all these devatas prayed her, being happy, Jagatorthe, and also those devas propitiated for the well-being of the Jagat, and she was very happy. And then what did she say? Tathayetu. Let it be like that. That means so be it. Saying that Bhadrakali just vanished. Ityetat kathitam bhupa sambhuta sa yatha pura देवी देव शरीरेभ्यो जगत्त्रय हितैषिणी. That Jagattraya Hitaishini, one who is deeply interested in the well-being of all the three worlds. She again took birth or took form, assumed the form from the Gauri's Deha, which comes as the next mantra. So to that, as a prelude, this Rishi is telling, Rishi Ruvacha, he said, Ityetat Kathitam Bhupa, O king, I have told you the story of how Devi took the form, Sambhuta Sa Yathapura, Devi Deva Sharirebhyo, who took the form from the energy of all the Devas. So she became the culmination of all Devas. That Rupa, how she took, what she did with that, I have already told you the story. Now he says, and that too she's become Jagat Hitakarini. Punascha Gauri Dehatsa Samudbhuta Yatha Bhavati Vadhaya Dushta Daityanam Tatha Shumbani Shumbhayo. And again, later on, after many years, that Devi took again the form from the body of Gauri. And she took that form to kill Dushta Daitya, who were Shumbha and Nishumbha. So that Gauri is Parvati. And I will be explaining it when I'm explaining the next chapter, how she took different forms from the original Parvati or Mahadevi. Punashcha Gauri Dehat, from the body of Gauri, Sa, she, samudbhuta yatha bhavat. How she took again that form to kill Shumbha and Nishubha, I will tell you. रक्षणाय च लोकानां देवानाम् उपकारिणी तच्छृणुष्व मया ख्यातं यथावत् कथयामि ते. I will tell you that story as it happened again to protect all the three worlds. Listen to me. I will relate to it. स्वस्ति श्रीमार्कण्डेय पुराणे सावर्णिके मन्वन्तरे देवी माहात्म्ये शक्रादिस्तुतिर्नाम चतुर्थोऽध्यायः. Thus completes the fourth chapter. So, such a beautiful chapter. Om Shiva Shakti Shiva Shakti Shiva Shakti 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 Om Shiva Shakti Shiva Shakti Shiva